Okay, so you just got diagnosed with Lyme disease. This is what I would tell that person after years of experience of battling this. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justin. I battle with chronic illnesses. I talk about mindset and healing, and my channel is Surf the Storm. Why just ride out the storm when you can learn to surf it? All right, so there's almost like two different scenarios here, right? What I would tell someone if they actually know they got bit by a tick, like saw the tick, and they got like the bullseye rash, and they know it was like a recent infection, that's actually, I mean, it's not good, obviously, but if you get Lyme disease, that's what you want to have happen. You want to have it recent, because then you can go to the doctor, they'll give you the antibiotics, and hopefully they give you more than just like, oh, take this one pill. You got to take it for multiple weeks, and most likely, hopefully for you, I mean, that should be it, because antibiotics are good at killing the bacteria when you catch it like fast, when it's still going around through your bloodstream. The little spirochetes haven't corkscrewed themselves into all your random organs and everything. But I would still tell that person, usually if it's like your primary care or something, I would still find a Lyme literate doctor, because that stuff you can lower your immune system. You can get so many different issues. So, I mean, you really want to make sure you get rid of this and don't end up like me, someone who went undiagnosed for so long. And it affects like every single part of your body. But like I said, definitely do that. Find a Lyme literate doctor, look them up in your area. There are some great resources where you can like type them in and they'll even help you. There's like the Global Lyme Alliance, LymeDisease.org. That's a good place that can help. And when you are doing like the treatment for that, I mean, make sure you chug extra water, jump in like a sauna, anything, Epsom salt baths. You want to focus on your detox too. Don't just take the pills, like take your medicines, but chug water and detox. Get that stuff out of you. Now, it gets a lot more tricky if, say, you finally get your diagnosis, you got Lyme disease, and your diagnosis comes with after being like sick, with mystery ailments maybe for years or whatever. I personally went undiagnosed for over 15 years. And I'm still battling after being treated for like the last 6 years. So I want to say, after that, like I said, first still, you find your Lyme literate doctor. So important, especially in this case when it gets to be like a complicated case. So find a new doctor right away, and don't just rely on the antibiotics. At this point, when it's already in your system, it's so much tougher to kill them. I mean, you might have to go on antibiotics and stuff at first, but there's so many different ways. I would say look into herbals. Even if you want to take herbals with the treatment, whatever you're on, there is some really, I'm going to make a whole nother video of all these different herbals. I mean, Japanese knotweed, cat's claw, a bunch of different supplements like that. They just can help your immune system, anti-inflammatory, there's anti-parasitics, antifungals, there's so many different things that can help you. And taking that stuff is so much easier on your system, but if you take it consistently, it really can help. And I would tell that person, you might lifestyle changes. You gotta work on your mindset as much as the healing or other stuff, because a lot of times when you do get chronic Lyme disease, it affects so many different areas of your life. You're not just gonna kill. So many people just focus on the killing, take the pills. I'm so sick, I gotta kill. You have to be doing so much other stuff. Clean up your diet. I don't whatever you obviously I'm not telling you have to go a certain way. Oh, you got to be carnivore. You got to just be not eat meat or anything. I would just say really clean it up. You want to cut that sugar. Sugar is a huge thing that helps feed the spirochetes. You want to go way low sugar. So much more natural stuff, just fruits and vegetables, and just basically get rid of all that junk that you're eating. Also, like I said, focus on the detoxing. Epsom salt baths are awesome. Sweating in a sauna, you can sweat out a bunch of stuff. I would say focus on stuff like that. Another huge one is, if you got your diagnosis, a lot of time Lyme disease comes with other stuff. They're called the co-infections. There's a bunch of different ones. You really want to know if you have something else than just Lyme. Lyme can make so much other stuff pop up. I personally have had babesiosis, had it 2 different times. It relapsed one time and came back. I fought it off. For that, you have to take a bunch of gross medicines. They're anti-malarials, but you need to know if you have that. So like I said, you want to get proper testing. Even after you get Lyme disease, like I said, you can follow up with a doctor. You can take your meds. You can do all these changes. and guess what? If you're still sick and stuff, there might be other stuff going on. Some people have like mold toxicity issues. I have Bartonella. Bartonella is another one that sucks. I'm still battling Bartonella. You want to get tested for toe infections, co-infections. You want to do like a whole tick-borne illness. That is so important. And like I said, the mindset, so much comes back to mindset. You want to just change how you think about healing, because you got to almost just do so much, like work on your sleep. There's so much different stuff. Another thing that I actually do is look into like acupuncture. Acupuncture is another great thing that can just really help the blood move around, and that helps a lot. You want to do, obviously, I would say like working out, you want to do, but guess what? Like if your joints hurt and stuff, you're not going to be lifting. Like I make sure I work out, but I can't lift heavy and all that different thing. I have so many different joint issues. I still make sure I get my movements in and everything, but I can't lift heavy of that. But I still think it's so beneficial. You want to try to you want to just be really healthy, and working out is another great one. But even if you just you can't work out, do stretching. Stretching is like yoga, stretching. Get yourself a foam roller. That thing is a lifesaver. I use my foam roller like every single day. Another thing, you can look up red light therapy. You can like buy red lights even off Amazon and everything. I'm not even going to explain the science on that, but you can look it up yourself. I'll literally sit underneath a red light. That helps with also the red light stuff will actually like penetrate like your skin, and that can help rejuvenate different things. That can help with blood flow issues. And resting, not pushing yourself. I only laugh just because I need to take that advice more than I even do. I just forget, like I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna let this disease define me, which you shouldn't, but at the same time, resting actually is so important. And I always think, oh, if I'm resting, I'm being lazy, like I'm letting it win. But even though that's not true at all, you seriously actually need to rest, because sometimes resting is how your body is going to recover. And sometimes resting, I mean, that's helping so much. So I say that, and I should probably take that advice too. And even I know I've said this like 3 times, but the mindset thing is so important too, because also with mine, I got so many different like food allergies and stuff. I've been sober 5 years now, but it's not even like I had like an issue and I wanted to be sober. I got, all of a sudden I got allergic to alcohol after all these different co-infections and stuff. I started getting crazy food allergies. I can't eat the same way that I used to. Can't drink alcohol. Obviously that's a big difference, like big change up all of a sudden when like you stop and you're used to going out and always doing that kind of stuff. Same thing, you may be missing out on a bunch of different stuff. You know what I mean? You're going to be sick. It's going to be so tough, and it can be complicated too, right? Because like, look, I feel fine, right? Like, I mean, I look fine. Like you can't tell that I'm sick, but then it's crazy when you're like all of a sudden wicked sick and you're missing events and everything. It's really tough because this disease is very misunderstood. So that's why I say, like, just work on your mindset. Like, you may want to try to like start meditating, but you just want to just surround yourself with positive stuff and just realize like there's no magic pill. It's basically a whole lifestyle change. But obviously there's like a silver lining and everything, right? Like I appreciate the shit out of the little things now. It's so cliche, right? Like, oh, appreciate the little things, appreciate the little things. After like I lost a lot of my health, like I seriously appreciate the little things so much, and I don't take anything for granted anymore. So I mean, there's a lot of positives that come out of this, but it definitely says, like it says, it takes work. Okay, it's starting to pour. I'm in my car, so it's going to start getting loud, so I'm going to wrap this up. All right, well, it's starting to pour, and as you can see, I'm sitting in my car, so I'm going to actually wrap this video up before it gets wicked loud with rain. But anyway, you got this. Seriously, like, I don't even say this is like a cliche thing. You really are so much stronger than you think you are. I just think about all the shit that I've gone through and just all the insane times and just panic attacks and air hunger attacks and different times where I literally thought I was going to die and stuff I just didn't think I could get through. And I've got through, and even though I'm still battling and still sick, I've come out so much stronger than I could ever even imagine. So just never give up. Just you're stronger than you think you are, and hopefully there was some value in this. But anyway, have the best day ever. Happy healing.